So in this recording, I'm gonna do speechless. First, I'm gonna play through, and I'll explain how to make the harmony accompaniment later. Yeah, I hope you see it's not too fast after some practice. And the harmonic change, the first part and second part, of course, as marked in your score. After practice the first part, you will find it easy to hand down. And second part, of course, is just the D with some changes to the A. At the end of second part, I do with the C sharp chord this, and make it change a bit from C sharp, and only change the top, like a parallel melody going up. So it's not anything added. They are different from your score as marked. It's only a little bit decoration, so nothing new. And third part, I make it especially in hands on for you with only 3 harmony, but it sounds varied and has a very pleasant feeling, because the third part, I make the first just the very stable chords, first, second, third. So again, it's another round of first, second, third, and first, third, and first. This kind arrangement and progression. And when the third part appears again, I made some change to make the audience not so boring while hearing just playing the chord. So instead, you play some chord and the root, but in a lower octave, so like this. And this chord played this root, but this root is actually not as same as the main melody note. So I changed the root to play here. That's the second one of the chord. And then go to the third chord, right? The root, yes, play lower octaves the root. And back to the first. And here, when I come back to the second chord, you want to go down to the octave, but the root changed when the melody note changed to the first back again. So you go back to the first chord root. So mainly, the third part is just the 3 chord. The first, second, 3, just at the beginning we do this. Second, 3. First, second, 3. This 3 is diminished, so it sounds different. This 3, you see, the first, second, 3 changed from the beginning as first, second, 3. So only difference is this chord. So first, second, 3. It's a more lighter, brighter sound instead of this diminished, a darker sound. So these 3 chords compose of the third part, and then make a harmony progression at the end of. When the melody repeats, we want to hear something different from the left hand, so give energy continually when it go to the calm down to the ending of the piece. So I made a progression from here to here to here. Sounds like a melody also going on here. Sounds like mi re do, but it's different in the another key. This kind of mi re do is in this part. We go down to the second time of repeating the melody when you do the third part. But in the first ending of third part, we do the other direction, from lower to up. So I'll do this. First ending of third part. And when you do the repeat of the melody, and again back to the ending, you go this direction, from up to down. Do a da 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 with octave harmony. So this makes quite convincing to closure the whole song. After some explanation of these 3 chords, and now I will only play through with a slow pace for the third part, as you can see. From low to down to up. And then again with the bass. Up to low, up to down. And that's the case. When I play the whole part again, I only find one note I may change is when you do the bass touch bass. The second one, here, which note we want to have. It's not low enough to play this, and it's not so sure when you try to convince with a lower bass. So we may take the melody note. Okay, we'll go to the bass note of the first chord, that's F. The reason I'm taking that, because this chord, when we do the second chord, if we have a bass F sharp, it will compose a dominant. The dominant will give us a very sure structure. So we want to touch bass with the seventh, because any of the melody note in the right hand doesn't give any stability or guidance into the next chord. So F sharp is also the first chord of the main part. It's a theme note. So if we go to that melody will always like bring us back to the resolution, to the ending. The ending we end on this chord, right? So after training that part, that bass note, let's play the second time of third part again with this touch bass. This we change back to the F sharp. So the only one we are going to touch bass is this. When we play the first time of doing the third chord, we're touching bass to E. So for the convenience of remembering all the bass note goes to, we'll do that again and be aware of which one we're doing only time of E. This time, we're going down. Okay, that's it. For the decorative part of first or second, I'm gonna bring it up again for your practice slowly, and give some advice you can easily remember without any overthinking, trying too hard. So the first part, only decorative part appears when the part appears again, right? The first time for the first part. This, repeat this again, it's a little bit decorative. And the second time when you play it, back to original, and then the first, go to first add 1, and then you go to the, from the first chord to the go to add 1, and you go to the A. So you can do the always the A, but make it this louder and this lighter. So the ending of the first part. Only practice this part. And for the second, so this is just like the ending of the first part. From these chord progression, you transit to the next chord and make it more smooth. The melody can transit easily. But the second time when you do you do this. Right? That's your right hand. So this kind of bring your whole trend of harmony going up to the next section. The third section is you're gonna play this chord. So first section this, second section this, third section. So you're bringing the whole music up. So we wanna do some upgoing progression. Like I mentioned, here you're doing a very exotic chord sound. This sound is actually a C sharp, like we mentioned on the lesson. And based on the C sharp top 2 note, you do parallel, first parallel going half step for each note, and parallel going whole step for the 2 notes. So da da da, it's like fa da mi fa si. If you want to have better sound, when you put this one down, also put the first note you have here. So all together, this is C sharp. All together with this, as parallel going up, we can have this 4 note. That sound, as again, we have a dominant 7. So here is a 5, the first, third, fifth, and you have the 7th. So we call it dominant structure. Very beautiful and stable sound. And then you go to all bright and grand again, and directly to the ending sound of this. Okay, happy practice. Enjoy the speechless music most of all.